Hey guys, what's up? Let's jump right in. So we can all agree that Zack and Cody was one of the greatest shows of our childhoods, and it's because it gave us one thing, an escape from reality within reality. What better way to escape living a normal life than living in a hotel? The show did an awesome job capturing it, keeping Zack and Cody's life within the confines of the hotel, or like, you know, the Tipton's like world. Now, is sneaking into a mummy exhibit in a museum realistic? No. But when we come to some mad scientist trying to harness the twins' minds and conform them into some greater hive mind, I think we need to start talking about the movie. It's a problem. I have like tons of questions about the Sweet Life movie, but why? Not why does the movie exist? Like, I understand why the movie exists. We all wanted a Sweet Life movie, but why does the movie seem to break like every single rule in the Zack and Cody canon? But before we jump in, do me a favor. If you like these videos and you want to support me, go ahead and hit subscribe. It's 100% free, and it's the best way to help me do what I want to do. If you do it within the next 5 minutes, I will personally show up at your door with a bottle of wine and ice cream, and we can sit, cry about our student debt and about our existential doubt, whatever you want to talk about. I mean, I'm game. Let's jump into it.
We've got a sweet life.
The movie starts with the crew that we all know and love getting ready to go on spring break. Cody still hasn't told Bailey that he has to go on an internship. Meanwhile, she's planning an entire trip for them to go on, and he just hasn't told her. And on top of that, Cody loses the letter that, thanks to his crippling anxiety, he wrote so that he could explain to Bailey what was going on.
First it's special delivery, and now it's airmail.
And the letter also explains that he needs to do this internship in order to get into Yale, which is like his dream school. Before Cody can explain himself to Bailey, the boys go to check out Cody's internship. Why you would bring Zack with to an internship, I have no idea.
What are you doing here? And by here, I mean Earth.
That's like Logan Paul bringing Jake Paul to the Mayweather event. Why would you bring him to the press release, bro? He's just gonna cause trouble and make the show about him. Unless that was the point.
Y'all can't handle this.
Anyways, they meet Dr. Spaulding.
Donald Spaulding, renowned scientist. It says so on my parking spot.
Spaulding is working on getting humans to interact with dolphins by making them eat a special type of fruit, and it like unlocks telepathy in their brains. And because they're with dolphins and they're using dolphins, they're kind of at like a SeaWorld facility, so people can see the dolphins that are being experimented on in like a zoo kind of like enclosure. And here marks the first issue I have with the movie. Cinematography, great. Storytelling, not too shabby. But underwater jet boat explorer thing that is far too easy to access and looks like shit, apparently it's a budget breaker. Let me back up a bit. So Zack tries to impress this girl by diving into the dolphin exhibit with these exhibition boats. This is a Disney Channel movie. You'd expect a little bit more of an investment in the graphics. I know it's a Disney Channel movie. Again, I'm just gonna get reamed for saying this, but like, it still just looks like total garbage.
Do you know what the other researchers call me?
Idiot!
No.
The crappy animation of the ship, the bad compositing when it comes to them actually physically being in the ship, and it's all around just messy and unnecessary. In fact, you could have Zack do like anything else in the movie to embarrass Cody because it's like his thing. He's like a serial troublemaker, but they stuck with this.
Turn around and go back now.
Sure, that would be the not fun option.
Now that monstrosity is over with, we get an emotional scene where Cody finally gives up on Zack. Not just like, oh, I'm done with it. Like he really just, oh my God.
We may be twins, but we are not brothers.
Oh God. Oh, and we see this freaking weirdo for the first time.
Did I do a good job, sir?
They'll never see me here.
Right here, bro. Zack and Cody are removed from the project. Dr. Spaulding says he wants nothing to do with them.
There is no chance you will ever work for me again. Ever. In this or in any parallel universe.
Zack starts to feel bad and decides to meet with Dr. Spaulding in hopes of finding Cody a second chance. And sure enough, Dr. Spaulding obliges, or so we think.
It would be a shame to see your talents go to waste.
Sir, you don't know how much this means to me. Just getting a second chance.
Foreshadowing. So they get in on the Gemini project, which is like a similar technology with the telepathy thing going on, except it's used to create like a hive mind, if you will, with these twins.
This is my mind transference facilitator.
Now, I'm the first person to say that Dylan Sprouse, Zach's lines in this movie, are probably like one of the only redeeming factors to the script.
It's astounding. What's this?
That's a cappuccino machine.
Dibs on this.
So back to the action. The boys go to the Gemini Project headquarters and they meet Dr. Olson. Like I said, he wants to create like a hive mind out of the twins. He's claiming he wants it for good, but obviously hive minds are never a good thing. Nothing could go wrong with that. Foreshadowing. Now, once they're given the rundown, Zach gets hooked up to this machine and Cody has some fun.
How can I get them right if they're moving so fast? Oh, very disappointing result.
Maybe the twins have been cooped up for a little too long. From the hotel to the boat, throughout all the years, maybe it's time they get a break.
Hey, get your revenge now. As long as this makes us out even.
Ouch. Meanwhile, back on the boat, Bailey begins to doubt Cody because he's not picking up his phone.
You know, right about now, Cody and I would be romantically feasting on edible fungi we picked off the organically fertilized forest floor.
I can't understand this part. I fail to realize what's going on here, because if he's at an internship, you obviously know it's for college. You obviously know it's for his career, but apparently she doesn't know that like Yale is a super important college and doesn't know that he needs an internship to get there. I'm not too sure. It seems like they would have talked about this, but whatever. That's my second gripe with the script. Oh, and London accidentally ate some of the dolphin fruit, so she's able to communicate with the fish.
Fine, keep your claws on. I won't tell them.
Tell us what?
About the escape.
Which circles back later on in the movie, but we'll get back to that. So Zach and Cody realize that they aren't like the other twins and that they don't have that connection. And that starts to show up in how they want to represent themselves as a team. So when they go into a teamwork boot camp thing, they kind of fail. It really makes them feel like they want to be more in sync when they see how well the other twins did. The more fruit they eat, the closer they are to being conflict-free, according to Dr. Olson.
It's the effects of the Corsican fruit. When eaten by twins, it creates a telepathic communication.
That's genius.
Yes, it is.
Either that or the closer they are to being a part of a mob of evil, mind-controlled twins. Who's taking notes? My bets are on the mob. Back to Bailey.
Cody Martin, you are now and forever deleted.
This bitch deletes Cody's number. It's been 1 day. Let this man breathe. Oh my God. Bailey, hun, I get it. You're upset he chose an internship over you, but that doesn't mean he hates you, okay? It just means he's busy. And he's terrible at communicating. So while Cody unintentionally ghosts his girlfriend, the twins enter the next phase of the Gemini Project.
What's stage 2?
Empathy. Creating an emotional connection where stage 1 created a physical one.
They get into a huge argument and begin to fight.
Why did it have to be you? Don't you do it. Take that digit away from that nasal vestibule.
Yeah, becoming more in tune with your thoughts and feelings apparently makes you feel literally everything that your twin feels.
Unsanitary! Unsanitary!
It's a bit much. But it does lead to Zach talking with fellow student and learning that they're planning on like merging Zach and Cody's brain together.
The merge will fix everything. Cody needs you here. We all need you here.
Now, Cody can't complete the internship without Zach, and Zach decides after hearing the merging thing is happening that he's possibly hopeful for the project, because if they're merged, then maybe Cody would understand where Zach's coming from. I don't know. If someone told me my consciousness was going to be merged with my brothers or sisters, I'd run for the hills faster than you could say conscience. You know what I'm trying to say. But against all odds, Bailey finds Cody's letter.
I found this on the deck. It's addressed to you. My work is done.
It's from Cody. Should I open it?
I'm going to take a leap here. I think that was his intention.
And finally understands his internship could lead to a scholarship at Yale, which I thought, like, that's generally what you do that for.
I know. He was trying to tell you that, but...
I know. He's emotionally stunted. Isn't it wonderful?
Regardless, Zach and Cody start to patch things up a little bit. Zach even starts crying and getting emotional.
Okay. Not only are you gonna break my spirit, but you're gonna mock me as well.
He finally gets it after the years and years of Cody and throwing empathy to the wayside. Zack finally shows a shred of human decency.
I know that somewhere out there I'm great at something. I just need to find it.
And I am so here for it.
That feels great. You're a warm kid.
Okay, no, I lied. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. The crying, the bland dialogue, and the way too basic telepathy shticks that we've seen in 1,000 other movies. It just feels so overbaked, and it removes you from the entire movie. But we do see Zack and Cody do what they're always best at doing, which is eventually not being aware of it and working together, which I think is really well done. They do start to investigate, and they learn that his project results in the students losing their brain, and one of the twins becomes the other twin, essentially. Thanks to Zack being the gleefully stupid one, they have to eliminate Cody's consciousness in order to join the Hive Mind. And they find out that Dr. Olson has mind control technology, all while reading a screen that has no fucking words.
During the merge, the twins become one, no longer individuals. Their identities consolidated into a single self, able to be controlled. Even not knowing what that means, I know it's not good.
I know it's a kid's movie, but like, can we get a little bit more creative than that? So Zack accidentally eats some more of the fruit and finds out that he's now merging into Cody's brain, which is the opposite of what they wanted. But since he's the one who ate the extra fruit, now he started to repeat certain things that Cody has said.
I don't know. Why are you repeating me? I'm repeating you, aren't I?
Meanwhile, Bailey, London, and Woody are looking for Cody, and they find Dr. Spaulding.
Bailey, I'm looking for Cody Martin.
I haven't seen Mr. Martin since he and his brother destroyed our submarines.
And after hearing what the Dolphins told London,
They said I look great in this skirt, and that Zack and Cody are at this place called the Gemini Project with this guy named Ronald.
Dr. Spaulding makes it clear that he was not the one who got Zack back into the project and onto that internship.
What? I think Zack and Cody may be in danger.
But surely it was him, right? Like, we saw him talk to Cody in the lobby earlier when Zack had reached out to Dr. Spaulding. Foreshadowing. Flashback to the Gemini HQ. The boys are caught snooping around on the computer. For the first time, they communicate with telepathy to escape Dr. Olson thanks to the fruit.
You know what I'm thinking, right? That's a really long hair coming out of his nose. Oh, yeah, that's gross. And also, run!
Then the Hive Mind is activated. All of the students, all the twins, begin to chase the boys down in what feels like half of the fucking movie. And they're just saying, get Zack and Cody. And they have like the same stunt double that they use like 3 times in this one scene.
Cody, get Zack and Cody. Get Cody.
Stay back!
Zack and Cody. Get Zack and Cody.
Oh, and they also seem like they pose no harm to Zack or Cody. So like, that's great. What's the point? Even when they do come in with an arm's reach, they don't do anything. They just stand there and repeat the same thing. Get Zack and Cody. Anyway, the boys end up getting into the sawmill and they're hiding like Zombieland style.
I should have got my monthly tetanus shot. Dirty ladders are the least of our problems right now.
For the most part, whoever wrote this scene is, they did a great job. It just kind of starts to fall apart when they communicate with like anyone else outside of their own conversation.
Blade! Why is it always Blade?
Zack and Cody escape the Hive Mind.
I think we're safe.
Psych! Brace yourself, because this is where the movie absolutely goes off of the rails for me. So should we start with the cartoonish face reveal of Dr. Olson revealing himself to be Dr. Spaulding's twin brother?
Wow.
Or the montage of him pulling his mask off, Scooby-Doo style, every single time he does something evil. Oh, I know. How about the animation of Zack and Cody's souls fighting for a body? They all legitimately happened, all within 5 minutes, and it ruined this movie. I'm gonna let this clip speak for itself.
You also have the inferior personality. I'd rather merge with a rock.
And just like that, the entire TV show universe is shattered at its core. You look at the Sweet Life in any capacity, whether it be the Zack and Cody, the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, or the Sweet Life on Deck. One thing is canon in the show, and that it's based on a certain type of reality. There's a hotel, which the Tipton, and a boat, the SS Tipton. their apartment or just a general setting that's realistic, even in the other shows like Hannah Montana or That's So Raven, other than her being psychic. Conflict is generally like hyperbolic in theme, but usually like rooted in reality. So something crazy happens, but like it's rooted in reality. But Dr. Olsen comes clean, and Dr. Spaulding, Dr. Olsen, Zack, and Cody find out that they're all misunderstood, and everything just gets wrapped up with a nice little convenient bow.
Really? You were always jealous of me, but you had everything. True, but that's all I knew. I didn't know how to have fun like you did.
Wow, this movie tied loose ends up faster than the last season of Lost.
If we tell them what we know, we take away their hope.
The only difference is I didn't want to destroy my TV when I was done watching it. So that's a plus. The Sweet Life movie has me conflicted. I've been harsh, but the show does lend its positive qualities to the made-for-TV movie. There are the shticks that come back. There is the relationship between Zack and Cody. Zack's great comebacks, the rebelliousness of and subsequent reliance on adult figures by Zack and Cody, Cody's anxiety, and the list goes on of things that I think are just things that we expected to see and things that we loved to see in this movie. It still seems that that futuristic theme, the addition of magic telepathic powers and the lack of adapting the jokes to the format with no laugh track is the bane of this movie's existence. Don't even get me started on the DOA jokes and tired inside jokes from the show that they tried to serve the fans with, which I feel like mostly came out of like Woody and Bailey.
You know, between Mosby and Cody, we're really not welcome anywhere on the ship. Which is weird because we're adorable. I know, right?
It didn't just lose me. It never had me to begin with, especially when they opened with the awkward ass scene with Cole Sprouse looking like he's never acted before.
The only place you go more than once a day is the bathroom. And how much nicer would it be to drive there?
Like, come on, like Sean McNamara. There's no way this is like the best take of this scene that you got. Don't get me wrong. I know, like I've said, it's a kid's movie. You got me there. But then again, that's if we're going to assume that kids' movies are supposed to suck and be confusing. We start to dumb down the next generation of moviegoers when we assume that kids can't understand a fully fleshed out story without like any fart or booger jokes. It's okay to have context. It's okay to not have a big flashy scene with giant floating robot boats or whatever the fuck these research pods are. I am still salty about that. More importantly, it's okay not to load the movie with CG to just tell a story. Every single episode of the OG Sweet Life has one thing in common, and it's that they all tell a great story with valuable lessons. Well, that's it for me. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on those post notifications so you get notified every single time I post. Leave your suggestions for movies and TV shows in the comment section below, and maybe, just maybe, I'll review them. Bye!